Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to what has become an annual tradition here on the channel, and that is rebuilding all of the top quarterback drafted teams once the NFL draft has officially ended, and that is what the case is right now. The 2025 NFL draft is now officially over, all 3 days, and all of the teams now have their updated free agency rosters and their updated NFL draft rosters, all combined into one beautiful little roster that I downloaded on the Madden share. I'm showing you right now. You should see on screen the roster that I am using. So if you want to go use it yourself, go download it, follow what's on the screen right there, and you should be able to download it yourself and play with these updated rosters. Now, this is from I think his name was Austin or something. So shout out to him. He's created this roster. So if you don't like any of the ratings, don't get mad at me. Get mad at him. But we are going to be rebuilding the #1 overall pick, Tennessee Titans, when they drafted Cam Ward from Miami. Last year we did this with Caleb Williams and the Bears, with Jaden Daniels and the Commanders, Drake May and the Patriots. I think we even did Michael Penix and the Falcons, and we might even have done Jim McCarthy and the Vikings. I think we did every first-round quarterback, and I will probably do that again this year because there wasn't that many first-round quarterbacks. I think there might have only been 2. Was it just Cam Ward and Jackson Dart this year? And then obviously we're going to do Shador Sanders on the Browns because obviously we're going to do that. So there's not as many first round quarterbacks this year, or just quarterbacks in general, but we do get Cam Ward and the Titans. And fun fact, this is not the only Titans rebuild you're going to be seeing from me in the future, or in the next couple like days and weeks, because I actually have an idea for another rebuild that involves the Titans coming in a few days or a few weeks, whenever I can get it done. So it's coming very soon. But I wanted to get this one out first because this is more relevant to the situation that we're in right now, which is the draft is already over. So we're going to be rebuilding Cam Ward and the Titans today. Hope you guys going to enjoy. If you do, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get started. So here we are with the updated rosters. Now, like I said, this is this one guy, Austin's roster, whatever his name is. So the ratings for the rookies are what he created, so I don't have any input. I will give Cam Ward star dev, though. I do think that Madden 26 will give Cam Ward star dev, so I am going to give him a dev trait. Obviously, when you create a roster in Madden, you can't change dev traits in the base roster. You have to go into franchise and do that. So I do think that Cam Ward will have star dev when it's when Madden 26 comes out, so I will give him that here. And this is what the Titans roster looks like as of right now. Obviously, they were god-awful because they had the #1 overall pick for a reason. So we have a lot of work to do. Maybe not that much work, actually, now that I look at this roster, because Kevin Zeiler, yeah, he's old, but he's a 91 overall. How old actually is he? How old is he? He's 35. Okay, I thought maybe he could be able to survive the entire rebuild, but he probably won't, now that I think about it. We do have Kwankwo, excuse me. JC Latham and Skoronski will be here for the entirety of the rebuild because they're pretty good and pretty young. Tony Pollard and Tyjae Spears are probably going to be the running backs for the rebuild. Obviously, Cam Ward's the quarterback for the rebuild. But the wide receiver position is where we get a little spicy, because Tennessee has become the place where old, washed-up receivers go when their career's over. You got guys like Randy Moss and Julio Jones and Tyler Lockett. Now Calvin Ridley's here. I mean, it's where old receivers go when they want to end their career, basically. So we're going to have to work on the receiving core in this rebuild. And then on defense, we've got some promise. We've got Devondre Sweat at D-tackle, so we don't have to work anything there. We've got Jeffrey Simmons at defensive end. We don't have to worry about that. We've got 2 good corners in Roger McCreary and L'Jarius Sneed. We're pretty good there. Linebacker needs a little bit of help, and safety needs a little bit of help. But there's not actually that much to do with this Titans team. A little bit of offensive line management and some linebacker safety management, and we should be ready to win a Super Bowl. I'm not saying we're going to win one in the next couple years, but very soon. And I did load in the 2026 roster. Now, obviously, this is way, 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 way too far in advance. Most of these guys probably won't even declare in 2026. But as of right now, this is who whoever created this roster thinks is going to be in the 2026 NFL draft. So this is what we're going to be working with for this rebuild. And I might even do 2027 just for the fun of it. But we've got some quarterbacks in here. Obviously, we're not going to be in the market for any quarterbacks. We've got Cam Ward, but we are going to be. And Nico is not going to be from Tennessee anymore. He's going to be from UCLA unless he transfers again, I guess. At running back, there's not an amazing running back in this class. Nick Singleton is a very good running back. Maybe we look at him, Katron Allen, both from Penn State. There's a couple good ones in here. And then we go to receiver. We certainly could be in the market for a receiver. Zachariah Branch, Carnell Tate from the Ohio State University. I'd be looking at some of these guys. Even Elijah Surratt is a very good player. So there's a couple options here, and we certainly need to go for one. And my boy Joseph Manjack, baby. If you know, you know. He's a GOAT. So that is something that we could be looking for in the draft. Tight end, we could maybe need a tight end, but I'm not absolutely like, oh, that's what we need to go for is tight end. Offensive line, certainly we could use. We need to maybe clean up some things, I guess. And then defense, Ruben Bain would be awesome to have. Now, with a draft class like this, it's so far in advance that I don't really know a lot of these names. As we get further into the season, obviously, when we get to the new college football season, I will learn these guys more because also I'll be playing College Football 26 and these guys will be a part of it. So once we get around to like February, March of next year, I'll know these guys, most of these guys pretty well. I'll be more familiar with them. But right now, I'm not super familiar. I know some of them, like I know Peter Woods, obviously. I know some of the big name guys, but some of these guys down here I'm not super familiar with just yet. Are there any good linebackers here for us? There could be. There's only one round, one guy. CJ Hicks is a stud, that's for sure. Could be going for him. Well, I don't really know what position we're going to be going after the most heavily. Maybe a corner. Corner could certainly be a helpful position of need. I mean, we already have two decent ones, but I wouldn't be opposed to a third one. And then there's some good safeties, which we absolutely need a safety, and Caleb Downs is right there available. Caleb Downs might be my pick because he is goated, all goated. He's got so much sauce that he's unbelievable. He's drowning in so much sauce. But we're gonna simulate season number one. I'm not gonna make any trades or anything like that. I will quickly show you some of the other rookies just in case you're curious for the new roster. So the Vikings, who they draft? They drafted Donovan Jackson, right? So let's find Donovan. There he is. Donovan Jackson right there. He's a 71. The Bears took, who'd the Bears take? They got Luther Burden, right? Yeah, there's Luther Burden right there. He's a 73. Who else did they grab in this team? I don't even remember. They took Colson Loveland. There's Colson Loveland. They get any defensive guys? I don't remember. Oh, Shamar Turner is right there. They took him. Who else did they take? Oh, who was that? Who was that? Who was that? Oh, that was Sean White. I didn't realize he was in Chicago now. Who else do we got? We got the Bengals. They took that, what was it, Turner? They took Shamar Turner. Or Shamar Stewart is what his name is. So there he is at. Bills, Broncos. Who else is a big name? Oh, the Browns. Where's Shadur at? Where's Shadur Sanders at? There he is. Shadur Sanders, 71 overall. There's Dylan Gabriel as well. So I'm definitely going to be doing a Browns rebuild with Shadur Sanders. So be on the lookout for that. But that'll be after the Giants one with Jackson Dart. There he is. All right. Is there any who? Oh, where's Travis Hunter at? Jaguars. Travis Hunter. Where I just passed the. What am I doing? There's the Jaguars. Travis Hunter. He is not. Oh, he's a corner. They have him as a corner. There he is. 81 overall. Travis Hunter. I don't know if he's gonna be. I'd probably make him a number one receiver instead of like a primary receiver instead of a primary corner. So maybe when I'm probably gonna do a Jags rebuild with Travis Hunter. So I'll probably switch him to main receiver instead of main as corner because in Madden you can't play him at both positions. I don't think at least. Can you play? That's the trade center. I wanted to go to the depth chart. I don't think you can play receivers at corner in Madden. I know you can do it in college football, but I don't think you can do it in Madden. So let's go to corner real quick. Can you play? No, you can only play safeties and other corners. So yeah, so when we get to the Jags rebuild, which I'm going to do one with Travis, I'll just make him a receiver because I think he's going to play that more heavily in the NFL. He's going to be more of an receiver. He'll probably dabble in some corner, obviously, but I think he's going to be a primary receiver. So I'm going to switch him to receiver when I do the rebuild. But we can't look forward to that right now because we got to look ahead to the Tennessee Titans. Cam Ward, how's he going to do in his rookie year? I haven't switched any of the playbooks. We're going to just rock with the base standard Tennessee Titans playbooks, and we'll see how this first season goes. The rookie year of Cam Ward, is it going to go well? Is it going to go bad? I kind of hope it goes bad so that we can get a good draft pick, but we'll see what happens. I will see you guys at the end of season number 1. We finished season number 1 of the Cam Ward Titans rebuild, and we went 6-11, which is not as bad as I may have wanted us to be, but it's good. It's a good base, knowing that this team is a 6-win team without touching it at all, and having a chance to go in the offseason and make some changes, draft some good players, sign some free agents. This team could be good very quickly. But Cam Ward had 3,800 yards, 20 touchdowns, 22 interceptions. Yikes. Okay, we'll have to evaluate if the Tennessee Titan offense is what we need to ride with, because that is kind of tragically bad. Pollard had under 1,000 yards. Tyler Lockett had 1,000. He must have been in the slot because he has 1,000 yards. Ridley has 785. Traylon Burks is whatever. He's not a good football player. Cody Barton, 125 tackles. Amani Hooker, 87. Tackle for losses. Sebastian Joseph Day had 14 tackles for loss. Tavondre Sweat was right there with 10. Sack leader was Jeffrey Simmons with 8. I did debate trading Jeffrey Simmons for a first-round pick, an extra first-round pick, but we'll see how he does. He's very valuable, so I want to keep him around probably. Draymond Jones led the team with... Why is Draymond Jones playing linebacker, by the way? I feel like Draymond Jones is a defensive end. I mean, he's 6'3", 281. You don't really want a 281 linebacker, but whatever. Cody Barton, 3 interceptions. McCree at 3-6. So the Tennessee defense, at least in year number 1, was heavy on the interceptions. That's for sure. But we missed out on the playoffs. Not a shock. I didn't really want to make the playoffs because that would have been very bad for our team development overall if we made the playoffs in season number 1 with this roster. So it's good that we miss it out. We get a better draft pick that way. It is going to be Cowboys and Ravens. MVP for Lamar. Cowboys and Ravens. It's a typical Madden Super. Although if it was typical, it'd be Cowboys Chiefs. But it's Cowboys Ravens, and the Ravens beat the Cowboys. So Lamar gets his championship. He gets the monkey off his back, telling the media saying he can't win the big games. And he gets a championship. Good for Lamar. He's the MVP of the Super Bowl as well, and he gets MVP of the league. Jim Harbaugh's Coach of the Year. Saquon Barkley and TJ Watt are the Players of the Year. And Teteroa McMillan and Travis Hunter are your Rookies of the Year. Wouldn't it be awesome if this upcoming NFL season, Travis Hunter wins Offensive Rookie of the Year and Defensive Rookie of the Year? That would be so awesome. God, I would love that if that happened. Just think of that. That would be crazy. All right, so we go to the negotiations. There's not really anybody here that I want to bring back, which is nice because we have a ton of money. Although I do kind of want to bring back Sebastian Joseph Day just because of the season that he had. Maybe we can keep him as a depth piece for a couple of years. So let's offer him. It's not going to be that much. He's going to come back. Darrell Baker, I'll bring back just because he's cornerback depth, and we could certainly use that. Although he wants to test free agency. I guess I lowballed him a little bit. Dylan Reduns, I will offer a new contract, although I am looking to upgrade. Obviously, he's a 73 overall normal dev offensive lineman, but he's going to come back. What's the franchise tag on you? $25 million. Get the F out of here, boy. You are not getting paid $25 million as a third string corner. So you can go to free agency. You're not going to get $25 million, that's for sure. Let's sign some free agents. We got the money. Bobby Wagner as a kind of bridge middle linebacker for a season, a little rental kind of. CJ Mosley, Shaq Mason. It's a lot of old guys, as you would expect. Jonathan Cooper is interesting. I do like that option. Cam Akers. Man, this draft class, or this free agency class is kind of buns. Kind of big booty cheeks, if you ask me. There's not a whole lot here, which I guess is kind of good in the long run because that means we keep the money around. Some of the rookie contracts must have got mixed up because Trevor Etienne is here. Obviously, he wouldn't be in free agency. Baron Browning. I kind of like that one. I might go Baron Browning here. I am a big Baron Browning guy. You know, I'm a Buckeye fan, so I gotta represent my Buckeye as well. And Baron Browning, 27 years old, 75 overall. I do think that's a valuable piece to this team, so we'll offer him a contract. And I think I saw a certain Isaiah Simmons in free agency, and I did. I'm an Isaiah Simmons apologist. I do think he's a good player. Maybe not in real life, but in Madden he can be useful. So we'll go for those two guys. Two defensive picks. Hopefully they both sign with us. We didn't get Baron Browning, and Isaiah Simmons still has not chosen a team. He chooses us. Man, I was kind of hoping I'd rather have Baron Browning than Isaiah Simmons, but Browning chooses. I think it was the Niners was the other team that he was uh, debating between. So it looks like we just got to go to the draft. We need to upgrade the right side of the offensive line. We need to upgrade wide receiver. We need to upgrade linebacker, which Baron Browning would have been a good piece to upgrade there. But we add in Isaiah Simmons, which he is right here. So maybe he can play a little linebacker. He's played linebacker before in Madden. He's 6'4", 238. If I turn him into a middle linebacker, what is his rating? Let's turn him into a middle. I think he played a little middle linebacker, or at least linebacker in college at Clemson. What's he turn into? He is a 71. What about outside linebacker? Maybe he doesn't have the attributes for outside linebacker, or for middle linebacker, but maybe an outside linebacker would be good. Just any way to get him on the field, because he's a good athlete. So what does he turn into there? He is a 72, which is a higher overall than Arden Key. So I guess that's something. At least he'll get to play. So let's move him to right outside. And he should start over Arden Key. And maybe he can turn into something. Who knows? Or we replace him in the end. All right, perfect. So Draymond Jones, for some reason, is playing. Although I kind of want to turn Draymond Jones back into a defensive end. I don't think that would have been bad. Is he really going to play linebacker this year in real life? That seems a little weird. I don't think Draymond Jones. When I think of Draymond Jones, I don't think of him as a linebacker. He's too big. So we're gonna move him to defensive end, and I'll move him to left end because he's probably gonna start over Sebastian Joseph. But we re-signed Sebastian Joseph simply for depth purposes. So we'll move him to outside line or to defensive end, and he will start there for season number 2. All right, perfect. And then we've got Cam Ward, who went up to an 80 overall. So good progression from the rookie. Good progression from the rookie, even though he had 22 interceptions this year. And we will keep on moving towards the draft. I did scout a couple of tackles and I think Caleb Downs as my 3 scouts in week 13. So when we get here, I'm probably going to scout maybe some offensive linemen and maybe another linebacker. So we know, Caden Proctor's around 3 to 4 true talent, but Francis Mauigoa, I think is how you say that. He's a top 5. Very interesting. And I used my national on wide receivers. Very interesting here. Carnell Tate, the disrespect. Disrespect to Carnell Tate. All right, offensive lineman. We need to work on the right side of the offensive line. So right guards and right tackles are where we need to go, which right tackle Francis Mauigoa would be pretty awesome. Let's do DJ Campbell from Texas. Let's do Ruben Bain as a possible option for us. And then we can do Peter Woods wouldn't be a bad one, but we need to focus on a linebacker. And let's do CJ Hicks because he's a Buckeye. So those will be my 3 scouts for private workouts for this week. And we'll take a look at the mock draft because I still have no idea what my pick is going to be. We won 6 games, but I do not have any idea of what my pick is going to be. So let's take a look at the mock draft. Caden Proctor is going to go number 1 overall. Good luck with that, Seattle. Then Garrett Nussmeier to the Raiders. Nico, I still don't know how to pronounce his name. I am Maleva. Is that how you say it? Oh, I don't know. I'm just gonna call him Nico. Ruben Bain to the Jets. Jermaine Matthews to the Patriots. We picked number 8, and they want us to take C.J. Allen. We could take Francis Mauigoa. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna stay at number 8 and take Mauigoa. That sounds about right because we need to work on right tackle, and Mauigoa would be pretty legit. So we're gonna start drafting. Stay at number 8 and take our dude. So the number one overall pick is Caden Proctor, but he was around 3 to 4 true talent. So good luck with that, Seattle. Garrett Nussmeier goes 2 to the Raiders. The Raiders. The Saints take Nico. The Jets will grab Ruben Bain. The Patriots draft somebody good. Patriots. Jermaine Matthews Jr. I'd be happy with that. He's a Buckeye. Then you got Perkins going to the Jaguars. The Tampa Bay Bucks take Zachariah Branch, and we are going to stay at 8 and grab ourselves Francis Mauigoa, who is a top 5 true talent. I'd love to get Caleb Downs. Maybe we can trade back into the first round and get Caleb Downs. But number 3 player in the class, Hidden Dev, he's our right tackle for the rebuild. Absolutely. Now, how do we trade into the first round to get Caleb Downs? The Cleveland Browns take Pride Jr. The Cardinals take Caleb Downs. Darn it. I was hoping I could go a couple more picks. So Caleb goes. We'll have to send to the second round now. I was kind of hoping he would go a little bit further. I wasn't sure when he was going to go. All right. So we make it to round 2. We need guard, but I don't know if the guards are going to be good enough. We also could use linebacker. It looks like CJ Hicks got grabbed. That's kind of annoying. I do see Woodaz down here. Wade Woodaz from Clemson. He's kind of a little bit of a channel legend. The corners, Malik Muhammad's available. That wouldn't be bad. I do like Malik Muhammad. Where do we go with this? What do the wide receivers look like? Because we definitely need a wide receiver. Squirrel White's day 3. All these guys are day 3. Wow. This wide receiver class is not that good. Matthew Golden's here? I won't draft him. I didn't realize he was in this class. It doesn't look like any of the other wide receivers are that good. I don't want to take Squirrel White in the second round. Tight end, Jack Velling. I do kind of like that. I'm not really sure where I want to go here. Do we take Josh Kreutz? Is this Olin Kreutz's kid, or does it just happen to be the same last name? We could take a center. We have Cushenberry right now at center. Or Trey Zun, the third. He looks pretty good. I might take the Kreutz guy and just continue to work on offensive line. Because we could maybe move him inside to guard, and then he would take over for Dylan Raduns. Let's do that. Let's take Josh Kreutz, whatever his name is, however you pronounce it. He's number 138 in true value. Oof. Okay, kind of whipped on that one. Normal dev as well. It's kind of brutal. We don't have another pick until the 4th round. All right. Okay. We're a little bit iffy here on the draft right now. What about wide receiver now? Eugene Wilson, I think, is a good player. One of these guys we got to grab. Maybe I should just draft my GOAT, Joseph Manjack. Kobe Prentice. I'm not going to draft him now. I might take him in the second or the 5th round. Lake McRae, I do like. I think he's a good player. Who else is available here? We do need to come away with a middle linebacker, I think. Carson Swesh. Didn't he get drafted already? So this draft class might be a little messed up because whoever made it might just have added people in, I guess. I'm going to take Trey Freeman. We need a middle linebacker. Hopefully he's decent. 162 normal dev. Okay, I'm starting to miss on some people now. Starting to miss on a couple people. But in the 5th round, Lake McRae got taken. I might have taken him. I'm probably going to grab one of my wide receivers here if they're available. Yeah. Let's grab Manjack. I hype him up. He's a channel legend. Let's draft Joseph Manjack. He's not very good. No disrespect, Joseph. No disrespect. I'm just going to let the CPU handle the rest of it. We got our guy. This was really a one-player draft for us. We got Francis Mauigoa. We solidified the right side of the offensive line there, at least the right tackle spot. So now our left tackle, our left guard, and our right tackle are all done for the rebuild. We don't have to worry about any of those positions the rest of the rebuild, which is absolutely beautiful. Everybody else kind of sucks overall-wise, but that's okay. That's okay. Maybe they'll turn into something. Maybe they'll develop in the simulation. Who knows? I am very curious about this Tennessee Titan offense. Is it really going to put up those kind of numbers for Cam Ward every single year? I guess we'll find out. All right, here we go. It is season number 2 of Cam Ward's career. We've got Mauigoa in as the right guard or the right tackle. We've got Tyjae Spears as the starting running back now. Ridley and Lockett and Burks are still here at wide receiver. And then on defense, we've got Isaiah Simmons. We've got Arden Key. Draymond Jones moves the defensive line. Amani Hooker's got star dev now. All right, we will see what happens. It's not going to be it's probably going to be around a 6 or 7 win season, I would guess. But we're going to go for season number 2 and see how Cam Ward does. This is really mainly about how good Cam Ward can be. But I'm Very curious about this Titans playbook. Let's go find out how good it's going to be. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2. Season 2 is wrapped up, and we did improve. We see some improvement in the record. 8 wins instead of 6 wins, so that's good, I guess. We're seeing some growth from our young team. Cam Ward, he did better technically. The touchdown interception ratio is better. It was 20 and what, 22 I think last year with touchdowns picks. Now it's 25 to 15. I'll take that, I guess. Tony Pollard, the Tennessee Titan offense just does not run the football very much, which is shocking because they just had Derrick Henry a couple years ago. Tyler Lockett again with 1,100 yards. He's in the slot, so it makes sense. I probably should put Traylon Burks in the slot if I want to develop him, but Isaiah Simmons, let's go. Outside linebacker gets 93 tackles. That's awesome. 11 tackles for loss and 3.5 sacks. Good season from him. Tackle for loss leader was Draymond Jones, Jeffrey Simmons, and Jeffrey Simmons led the team with 13 sacks. Okay, and Draymond had 7 sacks. Interception leader was McCurry with 5. Yes, the Tennessee Titan defense gets a lot of interceptions. That's what I'm noticing. The playbook does bring in a lot of interceptions. Now, I did want to mention I loaded in the 2027 NFL draft class, and there is a certain god tier wide receiver in this class. Not Ryan Williams, who is also very, very unbelievable, but there is a certain player named Jeremiah Smith. And I think I need Jeremiah Smith on this team. He's generational. He's Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss type of guy. We need, as the Niners win the Super Bowl, we need Jeremiah Smith. Now, we're not going to have the number 1 overall pick, which there's a good chance he could be the number 1 overall pick. We're not going to have it, but we need to get it somehow. And you see those 470 franchise points? We're going to spend those to be able to get the number 1 overall pick. Brock Purdy's MVP of the league, or of the Super Bowl. Mahomes MVP of the league. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Alex Highsmith are the players of the year, and Drew Aller and Anthony Hill Jr. are the players of the year. So Drew Aller gets a good little award. Did we get any dev trade upgrades, though? That's the big question. It doesn't look like it. Traylon Burks is developing, although Tyler Lockett just kind of has regressed. So that's probably more than him developing it. It's Tyler Lockett regressing. We need to figure out this interior. Cushenberry, I don't know if he's going to be able to make it the entire rebuild. Certainly Redunds is going to have to get upgraded. And then on defense, we need to work on this linebacking core. Definitely need to work on safety. Simmons goes up to X Factor, though. That's pretty sick. I was kind of hoping Isaiah Simmons would go up to star. But we need to work on this linebacking core. It's just not going to get it done. But Jeremiah Smith, man, we need Jeremiah Smith. I don't just want Jeremiah Smith. I need Jeremiah Smith on this team. So we have to get him. Cam Ward, oh crap, I forgot that the contracts get messed up. He's not on a rookie deal, is he? All right, I might have to fix that for other rebuilds that I do, make them have rookie contracts. But Cam Ward, we have to pay him early. Good thing this rebuild's about him, because otherwise we probably wouldn't pay him. But we are going to pay him a lot of money, and hopefully he accepts it. He's going to come back. All right, so at least we get that out of the way right now. We don't have to worry about that later on down the line, I guess. But for future rebuilds, I will adjust the contracts to make it a rookie deal so that they actually are locked up for a good amount of time before we have to pay them again, because that's not really fair to me that I have to pay them early and a lot of money. Okay, so who else is left? Got to get these 3 guys back. Amani Hooker is going to come back because I don't have a plan at safety otherwise. So you're going to get paid. Draymond Jones is going to come back. He is 30 at this point, which is kind of crazy because I remember him in Ohio State, which makes me old. He's going to come back. We're starting to run out of money now. Traylon Burks is coming back because I do think we can find a spot for him. I might make him the starting slot this next season since Tyler Lockett kind of has fallen. Mullins, I think, is another rookie that we have to change his contract or sign him before his contract's up. So let's do that. He's going to come back. Same deal with this guy, I would think. A lot of these guys, I'm assuming, are the rookies that we have to fix their contracts for. But do I want to? Kevin Winston Jr., I think we should bring back. Because he's young and he's a decent safety. He's at least a body if we don't come away with a safety anyway. Gunnar Helm, I'll come back with a contract offer because he is a decent tight end. All right, he's coming back. But with $20 million, I don't think we need to pay anybody else. I'll pay this receiver just in case. just in case. But I do plan on drafting Jeremiah Smith, so receiver's not going to be that much of a need. But I will bring him back just in case. And we'll move to free agency with about 50 million. We started with that with like what 87 million or something, and now we have 15. Let's see if there's any free agents here for value. James Cook is interesting. Ronnie Stanley, Kyle Pitts, ooh, and JMO. Why does Kyle Pitts not want to be here? Oh, because he doesn't fit the scheme fit. Well, if we change our scheme fit, we might be able to get Kyle Pitts. That's probably the only guy that I want to go after here. It's a good running back class, I will say that. Ivan Pace, though. Ooh, that could be our middle linebacker option. I might have to restructure a contract or two to be able to afford Kyle Pitts. Or maybe we trade Chigakwankwo to get Kyle Pitts on the roster. Okay, Ivan Pace we're looking good for. Kyle Pitts. If we change the scheme fit, then we will at least have a chance for him to be interested in us. So he doesn't like the West Coast zone run. What's he gonna like? Is he gonna like the spread maybe? Let's take a look and see if he likes the spread. Yes, he likes the spread. Perfect. So now all we have to do is go into some salaries and restructure a few contracts to be able to afford our boy Kyle. We will restructure Jeffrey Simmons. That frees up a lot, actually. Restructure Kyle Ridley, Calvin Ridley, not Kyle Ridley, and L'Jarius Sneed. That should be enough to offer Kyle Pitts a contract here. And then we can figure out if we want to keep Chigakwankwo around. So let's go and offer Kyle Pitts a deal, get him locked up. And since we changed our scheme fit, he really wants to be here. So we shouldn't have to go too much over value. And we're battling with the Titans and the Bengals. I'm going to move on and see if he signs with us. Yes, we got both of them. Ivan Pace and Kyle Pitts have agreed to contracts to come play for the Tennessee Titans. That helps the offense out a lot. So Kyle Pitts is now the starting tight end. So tight end's pretty much done now. Quarterback's obviously done. Running back, I think we can get by. I really do. I think we can get by with Tyjae Spears. I think it'll work. We got to spend all of our stuff here so that we can trade our first round pick to get Jeremiah Smith. Mock draft number 5 is going to be super important because we need to know how far we need to trade up. Is Jeremiah Smith projected to go number 1 overall? I really hope not. Anything other than number 1, because number 1 is so hard to get. It's possible. I've done it before, but it's just you have to give up so much to get number 1 overall. 2 or lower is preferable. So let's move on. Oh, I got to change the scheme fit back now that we got Kyle Pitts. Let's change this scheme. Oh, not staff points. Never mind. Let's go back out of that and go to the team schemes and fix our scheme fit so that we can go to play better, hopefully, with the chemistry. All right. Mock draft number 5. Please don't tell me he's projected number 1 overall. Oh, private workouts. All right, so we've got Arch Manning, we've got a bunch of studs. Ryan Williams is top 5 true as well. So I guess we could go with him if we aren't able to get Jeremiah, but I absolutely want Jeremiah, certainly. I don't really even know what other player I want to go after. Kenyatta Jackson, why not? He's a Buckeye. If I'm not super familiar with the 2026 draft class, I'm not going to be very familiar with the 2027 draft class, except for the absolute studs like Ryan Williams, Jeremiah Smith, Dylan Raiola, Arch Manning, obviously. All right, mock draft number 5. Show me not number 1 overall. Thank God, he's number 4. Okay, so Dylan Stewart is number 1 to the Panthers. Manning and Raiola are going 2 and 3, but then Jeremiah Smith is number 4. Ryan Williams is number 6. What's his speed? They have him good speed. Yeah, he ran a 4.3. Oh my God. What about Jeremiah? He was a bullfrog. Only 4.4. I think Jeremiah is underrated fast. I think he's underrated fast. Our pick is 14, but we have to trade up to number 4. That's very doable. We can do that in a snap. Snap of a finger. We can do that. Absolutely. Let's get to the trade center. And we will grab ourselves Jeremiah Smith. Pick number 14. And if we can find somebody with pick number 12, that would be super awesome. It's held by the Packers. All right. Trade me that. Absolutely. And if you're not familiar with the method that I use here, I know some people it rubs them the wrong way, but it's the method I use. It's normal trade difficulty. I never change the trade difficulty. It's always on the base normal settings. But as you saw, I used the staff points to buy up all of that stuff, and it makes it a lot easier to trade first round picks 1 for 1 so you can climb up in the draft board if you want to. I get that not a lot of people want to do it that way, but this is the method that I use, and it works out a lot of the time. So we don't have to go up that far. We only have to go from 12 or whatever we were to 4. So if we can find number 8, which is held by the Vikings, the literal last team, we can climb to number 8, and then we can climb to number 6, and then climb to number 4, and then we can draft Jeremiah Smith and be totally happy, awesome, and good times. We can have all the good vibes that we ever wanted. I'm so happy he wasn't projected to go number 1 overall. If he was going to be number 1, I was going to be super annoyed because that number 1 overall pick is so valuable. You have to give up almost 3 first round picks just to get it. I probably would have had to give up a player as well, which is not something I'm looking to do. All right, so we've got number 6. Now we just need to get to number 4, which I forget who it was actually. It was the Chargers. You're not going to LA, Jeremiah. You're coming to Tennessee. We have the number 4 overall pick now. We can go to the NFL draft and draft our guy. Number 1 is the Panthers. They take Dylan Stewart, the defensive end, I think from South Carolina. Seahawks take Arch Manning. And the Browns should take...
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine. But
You didn't do it, Cleveland. Tell me I didn't just see that. You were supposed to take your quarterback. Dylan Raiola was right there for the taking. I mean, I guess our consolation prize is Ryan Williams, but I can't believe Cleveland did that to me. Ryan Williams, number 2 player in the class, 97 speed, 95 accelerations, absolutely insane. I cannot believe they actually did that to me. Oh my God, of course they did. Of course they did. Aaron Childs might be a good pickup here in the second round. Although I do like Stephylan Green. I mean, he's a Golden Bronco legend, Stephylan Green. So I might go with him. I don't know if I can pass him up. But we do need outside linebacker, or at least linebacker in general, and Aaron Childs might be that guy. 4.6 speed. He looks pretty good. I think I'm going to take Aaron Childs here in the second round. He is number 65 in true value. Normal dev, really? Really? Normal dev? All right. It is what it is. We go to the third round. Jackson Arnold's available, but we aren't in the market for a quarterback. We are possibly in the market for a running back, I guess, if there's one that I like. Any Buckeye running backs available? That doesn't look like it. I don't think I'm going to take a running back in the third round. We could take another wide receiver, I guess. London Humphreys is available. He's a round 2 to 3 guy. Also, Jaden Greathouse is available. He's pretty good. Tiger Bachmeier? That's a crazy name. That might be Hall of Fame worthy. Ooh, Jelani Thurman. Now we're talking. Offensive line. We still need a guard. It could be one of these two guys. We also need defensive end. Maybe. Ooh, Hero Kanu. Or Kanu, however you want to say his name. We also need linebacker. Arvell Reese is available. There's a lot of guys that I want to take. Do we gamble on Arvell Reese being available in the third round? Or in the fourth round, I mean? Because we're already in the third round. We might gamble on that. Because I kind of want to grab one of the offensive linemen. One of these two. I might want to grab Joe Bruner. Is he good? He's okay. It doesn't look like he's a fantastic player. What about Sam Pendleton? Sam Pendleton is decent. Does he make it to the fourth round? I don't know. I don't know if he does or not. It's between him and Arvell Reese. I don't know who I'm going to take. They're both probably going to be gone. Knowing my luck, they're both probably going to be gone by the time my next pick comes up in the fourth round. So I think I'm going to take Sam Pendleton. Hopefully he's a high overall than not Dylan Raiola, Dylan Redun's. He's not dev traded, so it could just be a whiff on the pick. But as long as he's higher than what is he, like a 73 overall? Oh, London Humphreys got grabbed. I would have taken London Humphreys, that's for sure. Jalen Hale's also decent, and Bryant Wesco Jr. I know a couple of these guys. I'm familiar with a couple of these wide receivers. Jalen Hale's decent. Do we double up on wide receiver? Double up on Alabama wide receivers? What about Bryant Wesco? I don't think the right move is to take a wide receiver just yet. I could take Jaden Greathouse a little bit later, but I think we need to take somebody on the defense. It might be Hero. I need a hero. I'm looking out for a hero. We also need safety. Kylan Griffin, 4.5 speed. He looks good enough. I'm gonna take him. 196, doesn't have a dev trait, but he has 88 speed. And I'm kind of whiffing on these draft picks, aren't I? I'm supposed to be the drafting god, and I'm missing on some picks. I think this pick I'm going to take Jaden Greathouse if he's still available. He is. All right. We'll take Jaden Greathouse here from Notre Dame. 6'1", 220. Decent receiver. Big body. He's 115. No dev trait, but he's going to be good depth for, especially because Tyler Lockett's getting a little old, little long in the tooth. We'll sim that draft, and that's going to be the last one that we use real life players. We're just going to go to auto-generated after that. But I think I did an okay job with that draft. I mean, we got Ryan Williams, who's a freak. I wanted Jeremiah Smith. You saw how that went. Aaron Charles is 72 overall. That's not a complete whiff. He just doesn't have a dev trait. How good was Jeremiah? Jeremiah is also 78, so they're both the same. And Ryan Williams is faster, but I'm a big Jeremiah Smith guy, if you haven't noticed. So we do come away with a top wide receiver. He's probably going to be the number one wide receiver. Maybe not this year, but very soon he's going to be the number one wide receiver. But we gave Cam Ward a lot of weapons. We signed Kyle Pitts in the offseason. We add in Ryan Williams, who's going to be the number one wide receiver very soon. He's probably already good enough to be the number one wide receiver. The linebacking room looks a little bit better with the addition of Ivan Pace. The team looks weird. It's probably a playoff team. Probably. But I guess we'll find out. I guess we will find out as I simulate the third season and see if we can improve from 8 wins here in year number 3. A little bit of a regression here in year number 3. I really think the playbook is holding us back. The Titans playbook on offense just doesn't seem to be getting the job done the way that I need it to be. So for season 4, we will be switching the playbooks. We go 6-11 again. We need a playbook change. Cam Ward is, I mean, he's not playing bad though. I mean, this is his best numbers he's ever had. 4,300 yards, 27 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. We just need to have lot lower interceptions and a lot higher touchdowns, and we'll be good. Keep that same kind of passing numbers, the yards at least. Running back just doesn't seem to be a very good position here. Yeah, domination from Ryan Williams, as expected. He has 1,300 yards and 9 touchdowns in the slot. Traylon Burks had a decent year, though. That's good to see. And then on defense, Ivan Pace had 111 tackles. Love to see that. Draymond Jones, 12 tackles for loss. Jeffrey Simmons. Have I been saying Jeremy Simmons? Jeffrey Simmons, 11 tackles for loss. Sack leader was Simmons with 11.5. Draymond Jones. Interception leader was L'Jarius Sneed, 3. Okay. All right. Another offseason. Another year where we missed the playoffs. But I do think year number 4, we're going to make the playoffs because we're going to change the playbook and it's going to go absolutely nuclear. What playbook should we switch to? What kind of fits Cam Ward's style? Or what fits the style of this team? because we have a great wide receiver one in Ryan Williams. We have a good tight end in Kyle Pitts. We could go Kansas City and try to get Kyle Pitts unbelievable. Maybe that would work. We could go Buffalo. That might be good. We could go... Baltimore doesn't really fit Cam Ward's style. He's not necessarily a scrambler. We could go Cincinnati, but Cincinnati's kind of inconsistent in Madden. We could go Detroit. Detroit might be good. Julian Blackmon wins MVP for the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes MVP of the league. Puka Nacua, Aiden Hutchinson are the players of the year. And Ryan Williams won Offensive Rookie of the Year for us. Well, with Williams and Warney? Is the N silent? Is it Waneri? I don't know how to say that last name. It's kind of strange. I apologize for butchering it, but I just don't know how to pronounce it. But he wins Defensive Rookie of the Year, so congratulations to him. As we move to the re-sign period, where, as you may have noticed, we have no money because we restructured those contracts, so all that money comes back on us as we are using auto-generated draft classes this time around. What is the situation here? Peter Skoronski, which is not on a... Oh, it's because it's past his fifth-year option, probably. Tyjae Spears, Will Levis, we won't re-sign. Okay, so this isn't that bad. There's not that many people we have to bring back. So as long as we can get some offers, we definitely want to bring back Skoronski. Because I already said that was locked up. So we need to restructure a few more contracts. We're going to probably be screwed for the future, but we need to lock up some contracts. So I'm going to restructure Cam Ward. I know we just paid him, but we're going to restructure him because we have to pay Jeffrey Simmons, or we maybe trade Jeffrey Simmons. We definitely got to get out of this Calvin Ridley deal, that's for sure. But it looks like we just have to ride it out because his penalty is $15 million. We can't eat that right now. We'll restructure everybody else, though. Oh, next year's going to be annoying. We got Jeffrey Simmons. We got L'Jarius Sneed. We got Cushenberry, which we're going to have to figure out what we do with that. All right, this is going to be kind of brutal next year. I don't think we win a Super Bowl next year, so we're going to have to just eat this money. But we have to get off of this Calvin Ridley deal. But we can't eat that $15 million. We're just not in a situation to be able to do that. Unless we eat it after we get these guys back. I guess that's a possibility. So let's negotiate here. Skoronski's up first. We should be able to get him back. Ooh, just barely can't. But he wants to be here, so hopefully he just accepts this. Okay, good. We got Skoronski back. Tyjae Spears. Cody Barton's getting old. I think we might need to trade Jeffrey Simmons. I didn't really want to do that, but what's his penalty? Is he going to hurt us that bad if we trade him? It's $12 million on the penalty. That's not the worst. I did see that Jahmyr Gibbs is leaving. Jeffrey Simmons. What can we get for Jeffrey Simmons? We can get DJ Turner, which would be another corner that would help us out. Derwin James. Tyler Warren is an X factor, and he's available. Mikey Sanders still, Jalen Phillips, Drew Phillips, Tyson Campbell, Ruben Bain, J.C. Horn. There's some interesting pieces here. Nobody's offering a first-round pick because everybody's offering their young, talented players. Anthony Hill, that would be our middle linebacker figured out. But also Ruben Bain's available, and Ruben Bain is a replacement for Jeffrey Simmons, along with a couple of draft picks as well. I think I might accept this offer. We send Ruben Bain, or we send Jeffrey Simmons to somebody, whoever, the Jets maybe. I didn't even see who it was. But we send him away. We free up that money to be able to re-sign Tyjae Spears. I might need to get off of that Calvin Ridley deal too, but he's just not going to be worth anything, unfortunately. Tyjae's coming back. We don't need Will Levis back. Cody Barton's not expensive, so we can get him back on a cheaper deal. We're just not going to be able to sign anybody in free agency. Unless maybe I can sign... I mean, I'd love to get Jahmyr Gibbs, but I don't think I'm going to have the money. He's going to be wanting so much money. He is going to be wanting so much money. And we only have $7 million. Is he going to be in here? He is here. And we can't even cheese the system to make him want to be interested because he wants to be on a historic champion, which we're not, and he wants to be with a head coach that has a better career win percentage, and we don't have that. So Jahmyr Gibbs is out of the question. We wouldn't have been able to pay for him anyway, but he's out of the question regardless. Brian Brissy. Ooh, that's intriguing. I like that a lot, actually. And some of these running backs are kind of glitched out here, so we might have to capitalize on that. Let's capitalize on Quinshawn. He's available. It's not my fault the contracts are messed up, but I'm going to capitalize on it regardless because we could use a running back option other than Tyjae Spears, and Quinshawn is a GOAT. So we're going to take him. I got to trade Calvin Ridley. I probably should have traded him earlier when he had a little bit more value. But we got to trade Calvin. He's just awful. Zach Zinter, I mean, Zach Zinter might be a better option than what we're working with right now. Let's do that. Let's send Calvin Ridley over to the freaking Browns. Another place where wide receivers go to die. That leaves us with 23 million. Is that enough to offer? Oh, I was gonna say, is that enough to offer Jahmyr Gibbs? He already signed with the Steelers. So who's available here? We might just have to keep this money. Bobby Okereke, interesting. Is there any other wide receiver or any other players from this actual draft class 2025 that their contracts are messed up that I can capitalize on? Ooh, Jeremy Chin, but he's 30 already? Is Jeremy Chin really 30? That's kind of wild. Oh, Marion Hampton. There's another guy. It seems like all the running backs got their contracts messed up. I think I'm going to keep the rest of the money, though. All right, we go to the draft. The year 3 draft. What playbook are we going to use? I kind of want to just go to Kansas City's. I know that's going to kind of hurt Ryan Williams' development, but it's going to really help Kyle Pitts. And it's going to help Cam Ward out. I think that might just be the best option. We're going to have a decent pick this year. Grayson Harden's a top 5 talent. That's interesting. Let's find about you. Let's find out about you. And let's find out about probably an offensive lineman. Ooh, the guard class is not that good this year. The entire offensive line is not that good. That's kind of wild, actually. Usually offensive line's amazing in auto-generated draft classes. But the guards, most of the offensive line is not that good. That's kind of crazy. We'll go to the draft. We'll see what Mock Draft 5 has for us. Where are we picking at? Probably top 10, I would think. Grayson Harden is going number 1 overall to the Saints. And maybe his brother Curtis Harden's going number 2 overall. I don't think that's gotta never have happened before. I would have heard about that. Has 2 brothers ever gone 1 and 2 in the draft? Never. It's guaranteed to have never happened. We are picking at number 12, and they want us to take Jimmy Saxton, who is a round 3 to 4 true talent. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. There's a corner who's a round 1, Alex Hatchett. Ooh, okay. There's 2 top 5 corners. And this guy's 6'4". Okay, we're taking him. We're taking Virgil Malone at 12. That's a guarantee. That's an absolute freaking guarantee. We could use another corner. And a top 5 guy that's 6'4". I mean, are you kidding me? So Grayson Harden goes number 1, as he expected. And his brother goes number 2 to the Patriots. But we are going to take that Virgil dude, who was mocked to the Vikings, I think. But he is a top 5 talent, and he's 6'4" at corner. With great speed and acceleration, that's my stud. He's number 3 in true value. He's got hidden dev. He's 6'4" with 93 speed. That's diabolical. You shouldn't be able to run that fast with that height. Trust me, I'm 6'4" too. I know. Let's go to the second round now. We got to hit on this pick. We got to look at offensive line here. I know we grabbed Zach Zinter in that trade, but he's probably not going to be our guy. So I scouted this offensive lineman, Jason Noel. He looks like he's going to be okay. Let's take him. We maybe can move him inside. Oh, it's a big whiff. Never mind about that. Okay, he was not good. I guess I should have hoped that we got him all to 100% so we would know not to take him. But that's okay. You miss sometimes. It happens. We don't need any wide receivers anymore. There is still a guard available, Lionel Baker. He looks pretty good. Let's grab him. He's number 88 in true value. That's a little bit better. A little bit better than what? 200 was the tackles ranking. All right, at least we didn't miss on that one. And this will probably be my final pick of the draft. as we look for another guy. JJ Galloway's undrafted. Paul Leverett is a safety that we could go after. He's probably going to be the guy because he's around 2 to 3. Now, he's probably not actually good. But he is a safety, and maybe he's sneaky good. Probably not. He's number 316. Okay, he is not even, probably shouldn't even have been drafted. But that happens sometimes. That'll be our final pick. We got a good first round pick with the corner. I mean, that dude 6'4" with 90 plus speed is absolutely insane. And then we hit on the offensive lineman, the guard, not the tackle. 77 overall for Virgil Malone, 66 on Jason Noel. Lionel Baker's a 71. Everybody else kind of sucks. How good was this class? Grayson Harden's a 78. So was Jamal Black. So it looks like I chose wrong on the corner just by 1 overall. But 6'4" and he's a year younger. I don't know. It's kind of just. I mean, it's the best of both worlds. Kind of. You pick one. One's going to be good. They're both going to be good. Just which one do you prefer? And I prefer the taller guy. So before I forget, let's change the playbooks. So we're going to make sure we're in the right scheme. I don't know if this really matters that much, but we might as well make sure. And then, 100% on the Disguise 3-4. So what offensive playbook are we going to go with? Should we just go with Kansas City? That's kind of what I'm thinking. I think we should just go Kansas City. It's the most goated playbook. We might as well just go with it. I'll stay with Titans defense because I do think it's good enough to win a Super Bowl, but got to go Kansas City's offense. It'll get Cam Ward really good stats. It'll get Kyle Pitts really good stats. Ryan Williams will get decent stats. But that's what's going to be our year 4 season. And I think we should be able to make the playoffs, especially with this new playbook change. So hopefully that's the case. I'll see you guys at the end of the year. Year 4 is done, and it looks like a playbook change was exactly what we needed. We go 11-6 and squeeze into the playoffs, as I'm assuming the 7 seed. I guess we could check. We are the 5 seed actually. So no, we were actually firmly into the playoffs. 11 wins. We have to go on the road to Buffalo to play them, but we had a better record than them. They just won the division, which is absolutely gross. 9 wins is best to get the AFC East. All right, whatever. But the playbook change has presumably helped out a lot. It's gotten Cam Ward a lot more touchdowns, but still a lot of interceptions. That just might be what Cam Ward does. Maybe he's just a Brett Favre type. He's a gunslinger. He's just going to chuck that Jameis Winston. He's going to chuck that ball across the field, regardless of if his receiver's open or not. That's kind of the gunslinger mentality, and maybe that's just who he is. Rushing-wise, yeah, we knew the rushing wasn't going to be amazing because the Kansas City playbook's not designed for that, but this is what it's designed for. Kyle Pitts going crazy with 1,000 yards. Traylon Burks has 900. We knew Ryan Williams was kind of going to take a step back. That's fine. Drayton Greathouse, I just saw, had 13 touchdowns. Good for him. Tackles, Ivan Pace had 94. Now, remember, we didn't touch the Titans' defense, so this is still their defense. And Ruben Bain comes in with 12 tackles for loss and 5.5 sacks as the replacement for Jeffrey Simmons. Good for him. Devondre Sett led the team with 7.5. I was almost saying Aiden Childs. Aaron Childs with 6 sacks. Good for him. Amani Hooker had 5 interceptions. Isaiah Simmons had 2. All right. We're seeing some production. And we made the playoffs for the first year. Is it going to give me that classic Madden simulation where we lose the first round? No, we actually won. Okay. Not something I was expecting. I thought for sure it would give me that classic Madden sim where you actually have a decent season and then you lose in the first playoff game. But we actually win. We go to the division round. We have a home game against the Browns. Can we win this too? Are we on a run? Oh my God, we're in the AFC Championship. Oh my God, we are a miracle team. Is it destiny? Are we going to win a championship? We're not good enough to win a championship, I wouldn't think. It's the Baltimore Ravens. But we got to jump in and try to beat them, right? I mean, there's a Super Bowl on the table here. We got to go try to do this. Here we are in the AFC Championship at our own place against the Baltimore Ravens, which is nice. We don't have to go to Baltimore, but Ravens score a quick 14 points. We got 7, and then we get 10, and then we get nothing, and we go to the third quarter, and now the Ravens have the ball again. They score 21. We score 16. All right, and the classic can't save more data thing. I really thought that I fixed this, but I guess I didn't. I got a lot of stuff on this on Madden 25 apparently. But we get to see Cam Ward for the first time, which is nice. As we throw to Kyle Pitts, who gets the first down. I'm actually gonna jump in here, get rid of the moments. I'm gonna be jumping in. Jaden Greathouse is on the field. Ryan Williams, all the studs are out here. All the studs are out. I don't know who to throw to, and it's gonna be to nobody as I get hit on the pass. I didn't really know who was gonna be open there. I actually didn't know what route Ryan Williams was running. I was looking at him the whole way. But then he ran a route that I didn't want to throw. Kyle Pitts again. You know I love throwing to my tight ends. Kyle Pitts gets a big one there. And we might hand this off to Tyjae. See if he can get in there. Oh, actually, it's Quinshawn in the backfield. All right, let's hand it off to Quinshawn. See if he can get the job done. And he will be denied. That ball's out as well. Ravens pick it up. It's over for the Tennessee Titans. We will lose because of a Quinshawn Judkins fumble. I've obviously got to challenge it. I can't challenge it. Never mind. But it's going to be a booth review. Please, Quinshawn. Please, Quinshawn. Please don't have this be a fumble. Oh, that's tough because he's kind of on a Ravens defender. He's laying on him. Oh, but that knee's down. That knee went down before he laid on him. I think this ball's coming back to us. Yes, they overturned it. Thank God. Okay, huge. Now what do we call here? Do we call a... Oh, by the way, Ryan Williams has Superstar Dev if you were curious. They're going to call the 2-minute warning here. I think we go QB sneak. I think that's the option. QB sneak is the goal. Cam Ward, QB sneak. They're not covering the... Look at that right side of Cushenberry. It's wide open. QB sneak easy, 4th and inches. Got it. Perfect. Designed, executed to perfection. Now, we just need to score the touchdown. Let's hit Kyle Pitts. Never mind. Cam Ward's super inaccurate there. I thought if I hit Kyle Pitts quickly, he would be open. He was not. We'll try the Tyjae Spears screen. See if that works. Hit him with it. There we go. Throw me a block. Good job. Tyjae. Look at the dodging, the bobbing, and the weaving. Dodging in and out of traffic there. Love to see it. We are now about to be under a minute. And I'm going to hit Traylon Burks. Never mind. I'm going to get sacked. I'm going to get sacked by Matabuike, and that's a big one. I was trying to hit Traylon Burks there, but Matabuike came in screaming. Can I hit Greathouse for a touchdown? Yes, I can. Not a touchdown. Oh, it's a called touchdown. Jaden Greathouse with the touchdown. They want us to go for 2 to make it a field goal game. What do I call here? Maybe a Z-mesh goal line? I don't know. Wow, what a crazy little moment right there. Cam Ward, step up in the pocket, Cam. It's a field goal game for the Tennessee Titans. Lamar will have the football, all 3 timeouts, and 53 seconds to get into field goal range for, I don't know who their kicker is at this point. I'm assuming it's not Justin Tucker. Oh, that's a decent return, though. That gets him to the 30. Yes, I get it. The save data is going crazy. I understand. All right. First time we get to see this defense, though. Ruben Bain. Can he get to the quarterback? Can he get to Lamar? Lamar is very elusive. It's Lamar Jackson at the end of the day. That's the first timeout used by Ravens. They get up to the 39. Come on, boys. We just need a defensive drive for the ages here, and we go to the Super Bowl. That's a quick throw. You got to catch that, intercepting it. It's not Justin Tucker for sure. They get to the 49-yard line. They are flirting with a field goal. But they're also flirting with 1 timeout, and they use it. They use their final timeout. This is huge. This is absolutely massive. They had to use their final timeout, so if they don't get this to field goal range, they might run out of time. Aaron Childs, sack him. Lamar's too fast. He gets it. That's field goal range. Please accelerate that clock. Please accelerate that clock. They're not going to spike it. They're getting aggressive. They're getting greedy. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Lamar Jackson sacked. It's ball game. That's got to be it. Yes. Going to the Super Bowl. It's a sack on Lamar. Oh, my God. They got too greedy. They had field goal range. They must not believe in their kicker. Oh my God. We did it. They got too greedy. They thought they needed more yards. They were in field goal range. I mean, it would have been like a 50-yarder or maybe like a 48 or something, but they had it. They were in field goal range with a little bit of time to get everybody in position, and they didn't do it. They went for another play. They didn't just spike it or anything. Oh my God, I can't believe that actually worked. We are playing in the Super Bowl. Cam Ward goes up to an 80 overall. We've developed him fairly well, especially with this new playbook. And we will play in the Super Bowl against some team. I don't know who it's going to be. Oh my God. Absolute insanity against the Baltimore Ravens. Wow. And it's going to be the LA Rams. Okay, the LA Rams. Yeah. Can we win a Super Bowl in year number 4? Did all I need to do was change the playbook? I got to start doing that at the beginning of these rebuilds so I don't have to wait this long to win a Super Bowl. But it's the Rams and the Titans. It's reminiscent of the Super Bowl in the year 2000. Hopefully, it doesn't end that way. It is the Super Bowl here, Rams and Titans. I really hope it doesn't end the same way that the first matchup between these two teams did. It is 7-7. I did see as we were loading in, this is the team that drafted Drew Aller, by the way. And I saw that Drew Aller has X Factor, which, let's be real, there's absolutely no shot that Drew Aller has X Factor when he makes it to the league. There's legitimately no chance. So, I just wanted to throw that out there. 4th and 3. This is for the Super Bowl, by the way. They wanted us to kick the field goal to tie this game up. I don't want to kick the field goal. I want to win this game in regulation, and we might as well have done that right there. Good job, Cam. I'm jumping in for this. We're winning a Super Bowl right here. Right here, right now, we are taking home a Lombardi. The accelerated clock works in our favor. Kyle Pitts goes nuclear right there. He might have had it right there. Dive! Oh, no. I should have dove. I should have trucked him. That might have worked a little bit better. But I wanted the cool dive. Let's switch this to a run. We've got the timeout, so we can afford to run this ball with Tajay. One of the OGs from the rebuild is not going to be able to get in. I'm going to call one of my timeouts here. That's why we could afford the run. I might try it again. I might try the run again. Tajay Spears, handoff, cuts it inside. Touchdown Titans, and we lead in the Super Bowl. Oh my God, this is the team of destiny. I've never been this hyped for a rebuild Super Bowl before. We lead by 21-17. It's a 4-point game. They need a touchdown to win it. The Rams need a touchdown with 37 seconds and 3 timeouts. So it's a similar situation to what we faced with the Ravens, but instead of a field goal, it is a tutty. And hopefully we'll stop them. That's a decent return to the 29. 33 seconds. And Drew Aller, X Factor Drew Aller, will come onto the field. I don't know who else is on this team. I know Puka's still here. Here we go. 30 seconds. Aller finds his man. Great tackle by Amani Hooker, by the way, and that's the first timeout called by the LA Rams. I'm going to be Tavondre Sweat here. 29 seconds. They need a touchdown. Come on, boys. We survived the Baltimore Ravens. We can survive the Rams. Tavondre! Oh, if he would have sacked him there, that would have been beautiful. That would have been absolutely perfect. But he couldn't get there quick enough. Aller's able to find his way out of it. And they save a timeout by doing that, but they used a lot of time. Another quick throw. Tackle him, please. Good job. Good job. Timeout used by the Rams. That was a quick throw, too. That was a dart. It was a Jackson dart. 20 seconds between us and Lombardi. Oh, Aaron Childs with a goated pass rush there. Aaron Childs, track him down. He gets him. It's a sack. And the final timeout used by the LA Rams. It's a goated sack from Aaron Childs. 15 seconds between us and history. Oh, he can't do it on this one, but Aller's going to run away. He fires it out of bounds. He survives the sack. I think Ruben Bain might have been chasing him down on that one. Oh, my God. We are probably one play away, depending on how long this takes. 9 seconds between us and glory. Tavondre, he throws it away again, and it's 4th down and 12. Oh, my good gracious, good golly, Miss Molly. They got to go to the end zone. I don't know how big of an arm Aller has. Well, I know how big of an arm real life Haller has. He's going to throw it back in the end zone. Knock it down! And the Tennessee Titans have completed the most miracle season you will ever see. Wow. We actually won a Super Bowl. I did not think we were going to beat the Ravens. I really did. I didn't think we were going to beat the Bills. Wow. We actually won a Super Bowl in 4 seasons. All we needed to do was change a playbook to Kansas City, and Cam Ward goes nuclear, and we win a Lombardi. We have completed the rebuild of the Cam Ward Tennessee Titans #1 overall pick. Obviously, this is the end goal for all Tennessee Titans fans. When they drafted Cam Ward, they want in a few seasons to be able to hold that championship. And we have completed that for them. Man, that's one of my favorite playoff runs we've ever had in a rebuild, at least in recent memory, because that was every single game I thought we were going to lose. I thought we were going to lose to the Bills in the wild card. I thought for sure we were going to lose to the Browns in the divisional. Then I thought absolutely we wouldn't be able to survive the Ravens. And then obviously I didn't think we were going to beat the freaking Rams. We did it all. Cam Ward is the Super Bowl MVP. Drew Aller wins MVP of the league. Puka Nacua and Myles Garrett are the players of the year. And then Sean Oglesby, wide receiver for the Jets, and Grayson Harden, who was the #1 overall pick, gets the rookies of the year. Let's take one final recap of this team and see Cam Ward's final numbers as he goes up to Superstar Dev, and Kyle Pitts goes up to Superstar Dev as well, as you would expect. All right, we were able to plug in Francis Mauigoa into the offensive line. Cushenberry ended up being good enough to be the center of the entire rebuild. Lionel Baker, we drafted. Skoronski and Latham, I told you they were going to be here the entire time. Ryan Williams, he wasn't my first pick. It was going to be Jeremiah Smith, but Ryan Williams was a great wide receiver to add to this team. Drayton Greathouse performed pretty well. He'd probably continue to grow if we were going further. Tyjae Spears is developing. We'll take a look at Cam Ward in a second. And then on the defensive line, or the linebacking core, still not perfect, but we were able to do good enough. We won the championship. Amani Hooker goes up to Superstar Dev as well. Malone has Superstar Dev. I am a drafting god. Awesome. We'd obviously still have to work on this linebacking core if we were going to go even further. But let's take one look at Cam Ward's numbers here as he becomes the franchise quarterback, Super Bowl champion. These are good numbers. He's fast. He's got a good accuracy. He's got good awareness, good throw power. He's the perfect quarterback. He's the full package. And we get the job done. We win a Super Bowl with the Tennessee Titans as Cam Ward, #1 overall pick. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.